The bolt action and lever gun market in the United States isn't just alive, it's absolutely booming. As we make our way through the year 2025, rifle sales are not just strong, they're shattering records. And while the headlines keep hammering away at politics and the threat of sweeping restrictions, seasoned shooters are emptying gun shop shelves faster than they can be restocked. We're seeing specific models fly off the racks by the hundreds of thousands, and a few are even breaking into seven-figure sales. I've dug deep into sales figures, national background check trends, and behind-the-scenes distributor data to find out exactly which rifles are topping the charts this year. This ranking isn't based on hype from forums or fan votes. It's rooted in actual purchase data and industry-level metrics. And trust me, the rifle that lands in the #1 spot might just throw you for a loop. Even long-time dealers didn't see this one coming. Whether you're brand new to rifles or you've been punching paper and dropping game for decades, this list highlights what's really moving. Let's get started. Number 7. Henry Big Boy X Model. If you think lever guns are just relics of the Old West, think again. The Henry Big Boy X Model blends classic lever action mechanics with the kinds of upgrades modern shooters actually want. We're talking M-Lock-K slots for lights and grips, a suppressor-ready threaded barrel, and a side-loading gate that makes topping off the tube fast and easy. This rifle is available in hard-hitting revolver calibers like .38 Special, .357 Magnum, and .44 Magnum, and those rounds gain serious velocity and punch when you fire them through a long barrel. The 20-inch barrel gives you great performance out of the box, and the action cycles smooth as glass. With a 10-round capacity and consistent 1.5-inch groupings at 100 yards using top-shelf ammo, this lever gun offers a rare fusion of old-school soul and modern utility. A few standout benefits: it shares ammo with your wheel gun, has modular rails, and delivers that unmistakable Henry smoothness. Downsides? It's not cheap. That brass receiver demands some maintenance, and tube loading still trails behind detachable mags in speed. But if you want a lever rifle that shoots like it's straight out of the future, but looks like it rode in on a horse, this is your pick. Number 6. Marlin 1895 SBL. This is not your light mountain carbine or something you'd hand to a beginner. The Marlin 1895 SBL is built for stopping power, plain and simple. Chambered in the tried-and-true 4570 government, this beast launches big, bore slugs with enough force to drop moose, grizzlies, and anything else you'd find in deep wilderness. The 18.5-inch barrel makes it easier to handle in tight quarters or brush, and the oversized loop lever is perfect if you're gloved up and dealing with snow, rain, or freezing temps. With a full stainless steel build, this rifle laughs at harsh weather. It's built to survive the kind of hunts that chew up lesser guns. Since Ruger took over Marlin's production, quality control has seriously tightened up. Feeding issues? Solved. Loose tolerances? Gone. The rifle now offers consistent 2-inch accuracy at 100 yards with factory loads, and the side eject action makes scope installation a breeze. Pros: it's rugged, weather-resistant, and hits like a sledgehammer. Cons: you'll feel that recoil, the ammo ain't cheap, and the rifle's weight will remind you it's there after a day in the field. But if you're venturing into dangerous territory, this isn't just a firearm. It's peace of mind in your hands. Number 5. Ruger American Bolt Action. You don't need to throw down more than $1,000 to shoot tight groups. The Ruger American proves you can get tack driver accuracy without going broke. It's become a go-to choice for new hunters, veteran shooters, and folks who just want a reliable bolt gun that punches above its price class. At its core is Ruger's Marksman adjustable trigger, which comes factory set at around 3 to 5 pounds and breaks clean with no creep. You can fine-tune it to your liking without a trip to the gunsmith. The cold hammer forged barrel gives you long-term durability and tight groupings even after multiple back-to-back strings. It comes chambered in everything from .22 to .50, 6.5 Creedmoor, and .270 Winchester, all the way up to .300 Winchester Magnum. Weighing just a bit over 6 pounds, the Ruger American is light enough to carry through mountains, and the bedding system, with its free-floating barrel, helps maintain zero even through rough use. Plus, the included Picatinny rail makes slapping on an optic quick and simple, and some models include detachable box mags, rare at this price range. Now, it's not perfect. The synthetic stock feels a bit hollow and plasticky, and a few shooters have mentioned extraction hiccups with certain off-brand ammo. Also, the finish can wear in high-touch spots, and some triggers ship heavier than advertised. But at a price point between $499 and $799, this rifle offers way more than you're paying for. Whether you're glassing for mule deer or zeroing on steel plates, the Ruger American is the budget-friendly bolt gun that gets it done. Number 4. Tika T3 Hunter. If you're after a bolt-action rifle that delivers exceptional reliability and laser-tight groups in brutal field conditions, the Tika T3 Hunter fits the bill. Built in Finland by the folks at Sacco, this platform has earned the trust of serious outdoorsmen who need a rifle that performs in deep snow, rocky ridges, and freezing rain. The T3X's bolt is a one-piece design that cycles with the kind of smoothness you'd expect from rifles, costing twice as much. Whether it's covered in slush or grit, it keeps working without a hiccup. Its cold weather durability is second to none. The factory single-stage trigger breaks like glass at right around 2.5 pounds, and there's zero creep or take-up to speak of. Many shooters say it holds its own against custom triggers without any tweaking. One of the rifle's strongest features is the modular stock. You can raise or lower the comb and adjust the length of pull to your liking. No need to take it to a smith. Off-the-shelf hunting loads regularly print groups smaller than 1 inch at 100 yards. Hand loaders pushing tuned rounds have managed to cut that in half, tipping the scales at just over 6 pounds. The rifle is balanced perfectly for those who cover ground on foot and want to keep weight down. There are some trade-offs. Aftermarket support is limited compared to more mainstream American bolt guns like the Remington 700. The proprietary magazines are solid, but they aren't cheap, and not every gun shop has them in stock. Some folks don't love the plastic trigger guard on an otherwise high-end rig. The light contour barrel can heat up during long shooting sessions, which may open up your groups if you're not pacing yourself. Depending on finish and chambering, prices fall between $699 and $1,799. Bottom line, if you need a dependable bolt gun built for real-world hunting, not range day, bragging rights, the Tika T3 Hunter won't let you down. Number 3. Keltech Sub 2000 Generation 3. If compact and packable firepower is your goal, the Keltech Sub 2000 Generation 3 is worth a serious look. This foldable pistol caliber carbine stows easily, rides in a backpack, and still rings steel at 100 yards without breaking a sweat. It's chambered in either 9mm or 40 Smith & Wesson, and it takes magazines from popular platforms like Glock, Sig Sauer, Beretta, or Smith & Wesson, depending on which model you buy. If you already carry one of those pistols, you're sharing mags and ammo, which simplifies your setup and cuts down on cost. The 16-inch barrel gives your rounds a nice velocity bump compared to a standard handgun. Expect typical 9mm loads to push north of 1,200 feet per second, giving you better penetration and flatter trajectories. Folded, the rifle measures just 16.5 inches, small enough to toss in a backpack or stow under your truck seat. The Gen 3 also accepts AR-style grips, has an adjustable stock, and breaks down for cleaning with no tools required. Now, it's not perfect. The straight-line stock can feel a little awkward if you're used to a traditional comb height. Its polymer receiver keeps weight low, but doesn't have the same durability as aluminum builds. The trigger has a stiff pull and isn't exactly match grade, though it does smooth out over time. And since it fires pistol ammo, performance past 100 yards drops off quickly. But at a price around $599, it's hard to beat for portability and versatility. Whether you're putting together a go bag, looking for a truck gun, or just want a compact plinker that shares mags with your pistol, the Sub 2000 Gen 3 delivers serious value in a small package. Number 2. Sig Sauer MCX Virtus. The Sig Sauer MCX Virtus isn't just another variation on the AR platform. It's a full-on evolution of the modern combat rifle. Designed with special forces and professional users in mind, the MCX brings together unmatched modularity, durability, and suppressor-friendly operation in a battle-ready package. One of its standout features is caliber flexibility. The MCX Virtus lets you switch between 5.56 NATO, 300 blackout, and 7.62 by 39 mm, simply by swapping barrels and bolts. No gunsmithing, no special tools, no re-zeroing required. That level of adaptability is nearly unheard of in rifles at this tier. Its short-stroke gas piston system is fully adjustable, meaning you can tune it to run clean and consistent whether suppressed or unsuppressed, without having to swap out internals. The cold hammer forged barrel holds zero like a champ even after sustained firing. Ambidextrous controls come standard, with mirrored magazine releases, bolt catches, and safeties to suit both right and left-handed shooters. The folding stock locks solidly in place, and the monolithic upper receiver adds strength without packing on unnecessary bulk. Of course, all that engineering doesn't come cheap. Expect to spend at least $1,999 before you even start shopping for optics or accessories. The rifle is a bit heavier than your average gas impingement setup, which might matter if you're on foot for hours at a time. And because many components are proprietary, you'll likely need to stick with SIG parts for upgrades or repairs. Some earlier models had light trigger reset issues, but current production has largely ironed that out. Still, the MCX Virtus is trusted by military and law enforcement units around the globe for good reason. If you're after a next-generation fighting rifle that can handle any mission profile and swap calibers on the fly, this is the standard to beat. Number 1. Ruger 10/22 Carbine. It might not be the flashiest or most cutting-edge rifle on the market, but the Ruger 10/22 Carbine continues to dominate the American rimfire scene in the year 2025, and that's no accident. This classic semi-automatic rifle has earned its reputation through decades of dependable performance, user-friendly design, and unbeatable adaptability. Whether you're training a first-time shooter, keeping pests in check, or just having a low-cost day at the range, the 10/22 remains a first-choice favorite. Ruger offers this model in more than a dozen different configurations, from heritage-style hardwood stocks to tactical variants featuring Picatinny rails, threaded barrels, and adjustable stocks. One of the platform's standout features is the iconic 10-round rotary magazine, which all but eliminates the rim lock issues that plague lesser rimfire autoloaders. Even when fed bulk pack ammunition, this rifle cycles cleanly and consistently with minimal maintenance. And thanks to Ruger's cold hammer forged barrels, many shooters are surprised by just how tight it groups, often under 1 inch at 50 yards with quality rounds. Another huge advantage of the 10/22 is the enormous aftermarket scene that supports it. Whether you're interested in a full rebuild, a match-grade barrel swap, or simply upgrading the trigger, there's no shortage of options. Disassembly is also a breeze. No tools required, making it an easy rifle to clean and maintain, whether you're new to shooting or a seasoned owner. That said, there are a few points worth noting. Not all base models include threaded barrels, so if you're looking to run it suppressed, double-check before you buy. The factory trigger does its job, but it's noticeably heavier than most aftermarket upgrades. Also, recent production models use more polymer than the older all-metal builds, which might not sit well with traditionalists. And during extended firing sessions, the barrel tends to warm up quickly, which can cause a noticeable drop in accuracy unless you give it time to cool down. Even so, with street prices starting around $319, the Ruger 10-22 Carbine remains the most affordable and battle-proven semi-automatic rimfire rifle you can buy in the United States. If there's not one already sitting in your safe, it might be time to fix that. It truly is one of the most iconic rifles ever produced.